detective Hercules Poirot?
Hercule Poirot, I do not slay the lions, mademoiselle.
The chalk on your sleeve and the geography primer.
So you like chalk? No, this is cocaine. I'm a drug addict. This movie that we missed last week because we didn't want to go see Murder on the Orient Express because we figured that would just be lame in comparison to Daddy's Daddy's Home 2, whatever the hell it's called. We thought that would be the much more superior film. And so therefore we saw that over Murder on the Orient Express. And we sent Walter to go see it. And I told Walter to go see it and come back and tell us what he thought we would give it. Walter, do you remember what ratings you said that you predicted for Martin and myself? Low full price for Martin. And high to low matinee for myself. So we saw it, Martin and myself, and we're going to go ahead and tell you about it right now. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. And now a lot of people at this point probably don't know about it. I mean, we have some youngsters in here, Martin. Have y'all ever heard of this Murder on the Orient Express at all? Yeah. Like, I didn't figure the girls were. I like the way, like my man. What's your name again, man? Johnny. I think Johnny's like, yeah, I'm not stupid, motherfucker. Yes, I'm cultured.
Yeah, stop underestimating the kids. They know about things.
Yeah, Johnny actually looked at me with contempt. I'm not stupid like you. I've heard of that. I'm an educated fucker. But for those who don't know, like the girls over here, and I don't blame you. This is I'm not making funny. This is based on a 1934 book by Agatha Christie. What I call it the other day, Agatha Crispy. Got them ashy knees. But this is a 1934 novel that has become a beloved classic. And as you can see right here, some people think like, damn, so the dude that's about to get a massage in a Oriental massage parlor.
I love how that cover does not at all tell you what the book is like.
That cover tells
That's the most misleading cover I've ever seen in my life.
That tells you nothing, man. It looks like an Asian maid poisoned her boss. Dude's passed out in his pajamas. He's like, look like a dude that just got drunk in an Asian whorehouse or something.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost like, help! Security! Don't tell my wife. But no, it is a murder mystery, and we'll tell you more about what the murder is in a little while. Also, I'm going to get through with this, but I've always been told to tell people. I had so many people in here today that all these new faces. I was so overwhelmed, Martin, that had I known that we had this many people, I would have been more stylish. I would have had on this black cotton tee right here with the white double toasted logo on there.
So pretty.
So isn't it beautiful? The only thing that makes it better if it's on your body. And you can do so by going to dtmerch.com. You can get this shirt and many more clothing items on our merchandise site, dtmerch.com. Check out all of our wares and award-winning double-toasted merchandise. But this is so popular that a lot of people don't know that this is actually a remake. It's not just an adaptation of the book. Back in 1974, they had the first cinematic adaptation of the book. That one had Albert Finney. Now, what's my man's name? Hercule
Poirot.
Oh, look at you! Oh, oui, ha ha! I don't know French. I started to say El Martin. Chateau Thomas. I don't speak French, obviously, but this one is looked upon as somewhat of a classic.
This is no ordinary passenger.
Monsieur Poirot is a detective.
This is the world's most celebrated crime fighter.
I wouldn't believe it. That motherfucker can't even get out of bed.
He can fight crime, but he can't fight those shits.
I'm coming. Somebody died. Oh, okay, I'll be there. Fuck.
Don't run. No.
It's all hungover.
You take a professional interest in crime.
Agatha Christie's brilliant Belgian detective, Albert Finney, is Detective Hercule Poirot.
Damn, he looks constipated too. He's like, those are kind words, monsieur, but where's the bathroom? I have to shit
It took
really
him
bad.
5 minutes to spin around, blinking his eyes the whole time. Blink, 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 blink.
Hercule, somebody's been murdered. Please help us.
Albert Finney is Detective Hercule Poirot.
Fuck it, man. Shit, never mind.
He's setting up the whole, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, shit. Man, it's been solved already. Don't worry about it. No, that would be that really. Don't worry about it, man. Fuck. But I'm tingling right now, man. I had some coffee earlier, and I don't know, man, what's going on. But I don't know if it's the coffee or if this movie's just making me feel really good right now. They're like, damn, Corey, you must really love Albert Finney. But in this adaptation here, now this is, from what I understand, it's not much different from the book. What you have here, you have Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot. Is that
Poirot.
Poirot. Fuck, Hercule. Hell, that's all I'm gonna call him. Hell, Hercule. You know, this is a man who he just finished saving Jerusalem. Man, there was a bunch of they just
About to be a big civil war going
it
on
was
there.
like the most awesome concert. Jews, Christians, Muslims. All together in one show. And they're about to kill each other because someone stole an artifact from the case of the missing church artifact. These people about to kill each other. It's your Christian ass fault. No, it's your goddamn Jewish ass fault. No. It was the Muslims that did it. You know those motherfuckers are foul. No. But Hercule comes in and said, I got this. And he saves these people from killing each other. He's like, I deserve a rest now. And all he wants to do is go to Istanbul, hang out, sniff some bread, and just chill. But somebody,
Still a little black tar heroin.
Yeah, a little opium, but somebody comes up and they said, man, look, I'm sorry, you a genius, and we need you for another case. No one else can do this but you. And he's shipped off to what he thinks is going to happen. He's shipped off to London on the Great Orient Express. It ain't a full day on that train before there's a murder. And at this point, Hercule's like, God damn, man, can I just get a break?
Where I go.
Shit, you couldn't kill this bitch after I got off the train? God, y'all gonna make me murder somebody. All right. Where's this?
I guess I gotta solve it.
Yeah, where's the body? Shit. It was him. Shit, all right. We got a butler on the train. It was him. Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was. Can I go to Istanbul now? But he reluctantly, of course, he takes the case. And we hope that with so many people who can be suspects, that he can solve one of his most challenging cases ever. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of this because one of the things that this has going for it is that it has a huge A-list cast.
The real killer is right here.
Who takes up the knife?
Cannot trust no one. No.
Oh, mystery, suspense, action, cake. This movie has everything. You can't go wrong with this, Corey. I know you're going to give nothing. You're going to give us a better than sex because this movie has everything that someone would want. Now, I'll say this, Martin. I don't know what you thought about this. I'm going to give that to you in a little while.
Sure.
But I will say there's a lot going on in here where you can tell that Kenneth Branagh, who directed this also, Kenneth Branagh is a great actor, great director. He's directed many genres, from action to fantasy to
Mysteries.
To Shakespeare. And well, you don't know about no Shakespeare, shut up. But here, I will say that all the things that he's good at is brought to this film, at least in the beginning. I'm looking at his direction here. His direction in the beginning is really breezy fun. It's adventurous, his direction here. It starts out in Istanbul, and it's a scene that takes too long, but it's fun. When I was talking about the mystery of the stolen church artifact, that's where we get to see him at his genius. We get to see what his skills actually can do. It's fun being introduced to him in that capacity.
And you have to do that. It's one thing to have everybody tell you, "Oh, this guy's a genius," but you want to show it to the audience so they know, they take it on themselves.
Yeah. It's like an Indiana Jones movie where it starts out, killing a couple of Nazis before we get to the real shit. It's a the mini adventure to set you up for the grand scale. And speaking of grand scale right here and adventure. He's not only having fun with playing the role, but he's having fun with the visuals here. Before we get to the train, it takes advantage of the open areas before that. We're in these exotic lands, and he's mixing a lot of exposition in with key story points visually. He's taking us to these exotic squares, these bakeries, and he's constantly following these characters around. Moving around them as they board the train. I love the shots through the window where, the characters stop and you see how the composition is, where they're positioned right between, there's a frame within a frame.
Yeah.
He's doing, visually, you can tell that this is a seasoned pro, a veteran at directing. And, and I like that. And I'm going to pass on to Martin as I say this one last thing. As I said, Kenneth Branagh is having a lot of fun with this role here. And it's a role that could be easily played campy or it could be played too broad, but Kenneth Branagh, he plays it with a quiet dignity. I like because the thing about him is that he's ill. He's mentally ill. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He's got OCD.
Yeah, he's got OCD. Like everything has to be all about balance with him. It has to be perfect. He's so crazy with balance. He's walking around Istanbul. He steps in a pile of camel shit. You think he's gonna walk out of and clean his shoe? No, he's like, hey, don't worry about it. Watch this. Gets some shit on that other foot.
On the clean shoe.
Yeah, it's all that's right in the world now. Yeah, he gets shit on both those feet because of balance. Don't bring back 2 different size eggs. You're gonna be going back to the grocery store 10 times. It does not even. Do you want me to solve this case? You better give me some fucking eggs. But it's he plays this in a way where it's a guy with OCD. It's a guy that is a genius. He's French or he's Belgian. Yeah. There's a lot of ways that this could have been played very campy, but he plays it like a gentleman, and he plays it like a genius who quietly just catches things. It's not a big deal brought to it. Daisy Ridley is one of the characters here who ends up being a suspect. And as you see when he meets her, not only does he not miss a detail, but he catches people off because, well, that big ass mustache on his face for one. People think they're talking to a walrus at times. But the other thing is that he's extremely charming.
I know your moustache from the papers.
Like that's from a porn film.
Detective Hercules Poirot?
Hercule Poirot, I do not slay the lions, mademoiselle.
The chalk on your sleeve and the geography of primer.
So you're like, chalk? No, this is cocaine. I'm a drug addict. Couldn't solve that shit, could you? When you see him play this role, it's really hard not to be endeared by him. I really enjoyed his performance. Again, not only a seasoned director, but this is a guy who's also a great actor, and I think he knew the right amount. If we're speaking of balance with this character, he brought the right amount of balance to it. How do you feel about him and a few other things I mentioned, Martin?
Oh, he does do a great job because this is a character that it'd be easy to make him a cartoon character.
Yeah.
But he pulls him back enough to where he's likable. He's subtle. If anything, I wish the OCD part he could have done a little more to where you saw where it was a detriment to him at times. He's one of these characters that makes an ailment like that look like it's fun, and I'm like, that would not be fun to have.
No, it wouldn't be. I don't mind that because the character he addresses that in the movie. Mm-hmm. And that's what I liked about it. He says, of course with these great powers come great responsibility and a curse and whatnot, because he tells people, and I liked it. He's like, look, you can see this gray ass mustache. I've been on this earth a long time. and I've just lived with this for a long time, and I don't see the world like everybody else, and I've turned it into a good thing. So I didn't mind it, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. But still, it works well. And the thing about Kenneth Branagh, actors gotta love working with him because he's an actor's director. Because he really gets good performances out of everybody.
Yeah, he does, man.
Johnny Depp. I was like, man, I'm enjoying Johnny Depp, and I haven't said that in a long time.
Same here, man. Same here. And that's Kenneth Branagh can even make a cane act. He's got a cane that he has in the movie, like this big ass pimp cane, and even the cane is like his sidekick. Like once he catches a criminal in a crowd and the criminal tries to run, the cane is like, hold on, y'all get back, I got it. If there's a door that's locked, he can't get in. That cane is like, get back, I'm gonna break this shit open. But it's not like Thor's hammer or anything.
No.
It's
just short of that.
Yeah, it is. It's they do a lot of fun things with him in the movie that again could be a little overbearing. Now, there's a lot of things that they do in the film that I really admire. I was talking about how in the movie he's playing with this visually. And there's points where once they're inside the train, I really enjoyed how he made use of space in there. There's these cramped quarters and these narrow hallways, and he was able to get some really interesting angles out of that, like shooting below and shooting on top of people while the interrogations were going on. Again, a very, very, very visually creative film, and it's only at the beginning where it's set up as such a fun type of film, almost a lighthearted movie. I mean, I know it's murder, but I thought it was going to be like kind of a lighthearted detective film, and it goes to a dark place that kind of felt inconsistent to me. I'm not saying that and I know this from the book, and it has to happen. It's just that before it was set up in such a charming way, everything that I was like, wow, I kind of got real dark after a point. And it got dark after the murder happened, and you learn a lot of details and backstory of not only the victim, but of a lot of other characters here. And I'm gonna say that you hit it there. The acting on Kenneth Branagh's part is not only good, but everybody else is great too. You made a point to bring up Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp is great in the movie. When he came onto the screen, I said, "Look at this ratchet ass motherfucker," and then he introduced himself like, "My name's Ratchet." I was like, once his character is introduced, all the people in here are a type, and that's okay for a murder mystery.
Sure,
as long as these actors play up to that type. And Johnny Depp plays up a 1930s gangsters type, and it's not hard to predict where he's.
Well, he's just a sleazy businessman. Because he's doing deals with gangsters, which is what has him in trouble.
Some men have a good look. All they have to do is keep their mouth shut.
If I had $7 million, I'd whoop your ass right now.
You don't know what to do.
You don't know. He's mad. He's like, I just want to throw your ass off this train so bad right now.
I'm too drunk to know if that was a compliment or not.
The fuck you say to me? I said, okay, I'll just check it. I'll get another drink. Thank you. No, it's from that point, it's not that the tone is inconsistent. I believe that it also just doesn't do much with its cast. You have a cast of like I said, you have a cast of A-list people who are in this, and when a lot of them aren't used. When last week when Walter did his review, he said that, I don't know if you said you thought this, or other people said there were too many characters, or that they weren't doing anything with them, and I was like, well, you got to have them because they're in the book, but I get why somebody would say that, because there's half of them that, they barely do anything with them. No, and it'd be one thing, first of all, as characters, no matter where they were played by B-list, C-list, D-list, Z-list, whatever, you need to do something with them because we need to have some sort of intrigue and suspense with these characters.
Well, especially the whole point of the movie is that it's a locked room mystery. Somebody's dead. We have suspects, and everyone is supposed to look equally as guilty. You suspect them all equally, but if they don't all get equal screen time, then you can go like, well, it better not be them because I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, like Dame Judi Dench. If you start out with Dame Judi Dench, you better live up to that. You better have something to do. And she's like one of the people who has the least screen time.
Yeah, it's almost like every time the camera cut to her and she got ready to talk, her companion would speak for her.
Yeah, exactly.
Expecting her to go like, hey, let me answer.
Yeah, you shut the
I got
fuck
this.
up. Yeah, and there are some exceptions. Michelle Pfeiffer, of course, is great. I was really impressed with Josh Gad, who plays, I guess, an assistant to
Johnny
Depp, and he's also somewhat of a gangster type in the film. And I thought this is a guy that continues to surprise me as an actor. I really liked him.
My favorite was Willem Dafoe.
Really, because he's one of the ones that I thought was not doing anything.
For so long, he doesn't get to the point where I was like, well, dang, are they ever going to get back to him? And then when they do, I was like, okay, I dig all this.
Yeah, because what they do is that you uncover secrets about people. And that's cool when they do that. I just don't feel like they did anything with the characters. And that's what I feel like with Willem Dafoe and a lot of other people in here. And with the film, I like the moral... The moral ambiguous ending, and which is I believe it's the same in the book.
It is.
Except here, I think they added even more ambiguity to the morality of what happened in here, and I like that because I haven't read the book, but I read about the ending, and so I think had it been more interesting in the middle, had these characters been more compelling, I would have liked this more. For a movie that started out so great, for a movie that's so beautiful. That's given this grand treatment. I hate to come in and put it down because there's a lot of great work that's going on here. Maybe I should blame it on the script, but yeah, after a point, I just didn't care as much, and to the point where I felt like, well, you know something, I don't feel like I need to come to the theater to watch this. I would have been more at home watching this at home. So I'm giving this a rental. And not to mention, I was depressed when I watched. But as fun as it is in the beginning, I mean, they have this sad-ass song that's playing at the end during the credits. I was like, Jesus, I was feeling kind of cool when I walked in here. And now I'm just kind of depressed.
I'm kind of on the same page with you about this, where it does start out, besides the whole Jerusalem thing, which is a good enough setup, and how it sets all these characters up on the train, and it is lighthearted and fun. And toward the end, but by the end, it is dark and kind of emotional when it finally gets to it. But there's all this stuff in the middle where there's just this feeling of this should have been better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's not bad. I mean, I see everything you're doing and it's cool, but this should be registering with me more. I should be more invested in it, and I'm just kind of not. And I've been trying, since Friday when I saw it, to just put my finger on what it is. Like man, it just got very unremarkable in the middle. And I mean, I'm glad it ended strongly.
Yeah.
But up until that point, I was like, man, we got an avalanche going on and people getting shot and all this, and yet,
yeah, even with the action in here, it's like, okay, you started a good foot chase and then you just stopped. What would you rate it?
You know what? I'm kind of like you, where I'm almost like, yeah, I feel like I could watch it at home, because besides the 1974 version, when they did the Poirot TV series on PBS, which is like, it's like just a few episodes, but they did an adaptation of this, and I was just watching some of it on YouTube, and I was like, damn, this is intense. This one's really good.
Yeah.
And I wish this could have measured up to that, but just there's so much of it that's so well done. It's like appreciative wise, I would give it a low matinee. Not quite the rental, but
you would. But what will you do?
I'm giving it a low matinee.
A low matinee. Yeah. All right then, giving it a pity fuck.
I suppose. I mean, there is a lot good going on, and when I saw it, I saw it in the afternoon, and it was the theater was full, but it was all old people.
Oh yeah,
I was the youngest person there by far.
Oh yeah,
but they all really enjoyed it, and so it's sort of like, well, you know what, it's registering well with its target demographic. I can't fault it for that.
Yeah, that's what these girls were saying. That's some shit my granddad was saying. I want to see this. I want to see this old people shit. Yeah, you trying to fool people with people from Star Wars in here? Like, you ain't getting me. Goddamn, I'm old ass pervert up here. I don't want to see this. Oh, well, oui, monsieur, and all that good shit. Boobity fun. There you go. Walter, you don't know me. I told you. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I don't want to know you.
Hey, I predict you're going to give it somewhere between a full price and some old bullshit.
Yeah. I predict you're going to give it between a full price and I don't give a fuck. That Mr. Rousseau, I wonder.